So we've got our page, we've set up the document properties under here, document properties, so we know how to do that, we've got the right size. Now we need to learn how to navigate this page, and in order to do that I'm going to put something on it so we can sort of zoom into it and see what we're doing. So I'm going to go over here. By default we're on the select tool. That's kind of the normal tool that we use, it's kind of the default tool, but I'm going to go down to this one, and this one here is creating rectangles and squares. Now by default in Inkscape, on our one anyway, by default the fill is blue and it has a stroke, and you can see that down here as well once I put something on the page. And I'm going to click and drag like that, and you can see that it's giving me rectangles. No matter how I sort of pull it around, it sort of follows the shape. If I hold control it will give me perfect squares if I go on a diagonal, and I'm just going to make a little square there, then let go. Once I've done that, as soon as I'm finished with the square tool, which I am, I go back over to the select tool, and as you can see it's got these little arrows on it. That means it's selected. So that's a selected object. If I click somewhere else on the page, that's deselected. Selected, deselected. We'll get to more of that later. This particular tutorial is going to deal more with just navigating the page. So we've got this object on the page. Let's say I wanted to zoom into it. There's a way of doing that. There's a number of ways, and I'll show you them. Firstly, you can go over to the toolbar here, and you can see there's a zoom tool. So if I click that one, the way this particular tool works is you click and drag to define the area you want to zoom into. As soon as I let go of my mouse, it zooms into that area, and now you can quite clearly see the blue with the black outline on it. Now if you're using this particular tool, then if you need to zoom out again, you need to hold down the shift key, and just notice that the little cursor changes from a plus to a minus. Hopefully you can see that, and if I click it when it's on a minus, it will minus back out. So you can simply click on it, or you can click and drag over it like that to zoom in. To zoom out, you hold down shift and click. There you go. That's one way. I'm going to get off that tool now and go up to my select tool, and the other way which I'm going to show you is to press the plus key on your keyboard. So if I go plus, there you go, it zooms in. If I go minus on the keyboard, it zooms out. So that is a really nice easy way to go. Now finally there's one other way, which is the one that I use most often, and that is to hold down the control key on your keyboard if you're on a PC, and scroll with the scroll wheel. There we go. And I can scroll like that. I can scroll in and out with the scroll wheel, and that allows you to zoom in at any level you want. Very, very handy. So shortly I'll get you to have a go at that. The other thing that when you are zoomed in that you'll be wanting to do is to sort of navigate around the page, and normally people use the bars down the bottom like this, okay, and they go there like that, and they can navigate that way. But there is an easier way. I'm just going to zoom in holding control in the scroll wheel, and that is to press the middle mouse wheel in, so that's the scroll wheel, and just drag around. Okay, and that's navigating. You can sort of click and drag over to there so I can see the edge of my page, or up there, or whatever. So there you go. Now one thing that sometimes happens is that you get all out of whack and your page sort of disappears and you don't know where it is. So one really cool little feature over here is up the top here. You can see zoom in to fit page in window, and if you click that icon, it gives you the whole page back. If you click that icon next to it, it fits your shape into the window. So those two are really, really handy. So just to recap, plus or minus to zoom in and out, or control wheel, control and the mouse wheel, zoom in and out, or if you really want to, you can use the zoom tool and holding shift and clicking to zoom back out. So it's up to you. What you've got to do now is have a go at the ones, all of these ways, and work out the one that works best for you.